Hello, everybody. Welcome. It's Monday. TGIM. Thank God it's Monday. Hey, I hope this week you're ready to work hard, play hard. This is your friendly weight loss and wellness coach, Travis Martin. And I'm here today to talk a little bit of Shibboleth shop with you. So Shibboleth is a lifestyle. It's practical, sustainable, and very fun. You know why? Because there's nothing that you can't have on Shibboleth. Once you learn how we combine foods and control insulin and why that's important, and then we work on the tools to modify your behaviors, your relationship with yourself, and your relationship with food, it's clear sailing after that. So today I want to talk a little bit about muffins, because there really is nothing that you can't have on the Shibboleth lifestyle and lose 100 pounds like I did. I've lost more than 100 pounds, come off all prescription medications, and I'm getting reports daily from our members who have went to see their doctor, and their doctors are just perplexed at the results that our members are showing. They're expecting the members to say that they're working with someone for some high fee, or that they're taking some pill or some potion, or have found this miracle diet. No, you know what we're doing? We're just talking about combining whole foods in a certain way that help us control blood sugar and target and remove unwanted body fat. It's really easy. And when I say there's nothing that you can't have on Shibboleth, I mean there's nothing you can't have on Shibboleth. You name it, you can have it. It's all about how we structure it. And part of the way that I built the program was for myself. I felt like God gave me some unction to change my lifestyle, and I turned to the Bible, and I took my sports nutrition background and coupled that with some biblical principles, and out popped this lifestyle that has really changed my life. And I know it will change the world's life once we can get it into everybody's hands, because really, once you get the mind right, it's just focusing on what you can have and enjoy and losing the weight, instead of focusing on what you enjoy and shouldn't be eating that cause you to gain the weight. And you know what? We can have anything, because we get holidays, perfect days. Really, part of the power in the program is that I looked at myself, the hardest client I've ever had, and I decided that, me being the hardest case out there, that if I could overcome my own challenges, I could help anyone overcome their challenges. And one of my challenges was I have multiple personality disorder. I'm like crazy. Does anybody else feel me? Does anybody else feel my pain? I'm crazy. What do I mean I'm crazy? Do I really mean that? Yes. And I think most of my clients are crazy. Here's what I mean. One day I can decide, hey, this is the diet for me. I'm doing this diet. This is how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna lose weight with it. And I would do something extreme. And I would think, wow, that really worked. Next morning I get on the scales, the weight's down. I'm like, oh, this really worked. This is awesome. I'll stick to this forevermore. But then the next day, my state of mind changes. My situation changes. My cravings change. It's like I'm a different person every day. So I not only had to come up with one program, I had to come up with lots of programs, lots of different programs that would allow me to engage with what I call situational nutrition. What's the situation on Monday? How am I feeling? And based upon how I'm feeling and what I'm craving, I put me together a program with the knowledge that Shibboleth has given me. So some days I can have muffins and some days I can't. But I decide what type of day I'm having, and I stick to it. And then if I have, let's say that I stick to, we label our days at Shibboleth. So let's say I'm having a regular Shibboleth perfect day. And then I get up on Tuesday and man, I'm feeling fired up. I'm feeling so fired up I could whip a bear with a switch. I might have a little more strict version of Shibboleth and lose even more weight, which might be called like a Tiger 16 day. We teach all that in class. That's a little more restrictive meal plan than a regular perfect day. It includes some eating windows. Now, let's say I do that and I get good results. Then the next day, let's say I get up and I planned on having one of those Tiger 16 days, but I'm just not feeling it today. I can back off and I can have a day that still allows me to lose weight. I keep going forward. I keep moving forward until I reach my ideal weight wellness range with foods that I love. But it's based upon my situation and my state of mind by the day. Does Shibboleth take a little time to learn? About a week. It takes about a week to learn. And then once you really learn it and you immerse yourself in it, it's amazing. It's simple. It's easy. Once you give it about a week to learn the principles of our program, the daily disciplines, and then start learning how to combine food, it's all over. Why is it important to combine food the right way? Well, a lot of folks don't realize part of their problem, and the reason it seems like some folks can eat what they want and they can't eat what they want because they gain weight if they eat what, et cetera, et cetera. You know, all the excuses that we all use. It's because of insulin control. If we can control insulin and operate in a calorie deficit, we can easily lose body fat. A lot of folks are operating in a calorie deficit when they're dieting, but they're not controlling insulin. So let me give you an example. So for example, sometimes I want to eat a muffin, right? That's not something that you should be really eating on traditional diet where you're trying to lose weight, but it's no problem with Shibboleth. Let me give you two examples of a muffin we can have. So this is going to be a homemade muffin. And first of all, let me thank Penny for posting in our Shibboleth members only group. I don't know what we would do without our members. We truly are. At Shibboleth, we're truly friends helping friends. And she posted a terrific recipe in the Shibboleth members only group where she has combined ingredients the right way to control insulin. So if I come down here and you see in this image, this is a 0 on our weight loss meter, meaning that this food prepared this way will not hurt us. If we do it too often, it may not help us, but very few people want a muffin every single day. So if she's doing this sporadically, this is going to help her move toward her ideal wellness range. And I say wellness instead of weight loss because we want to lose the weight, and we do it fast at Shibboleth, and we do it helpfully at Shibboleth. And we want to get in our wellness range, and that's where we want to camp out. So she's moving toward her wellness range, and she pulls up in the library a 0 weight loss meter Carb Quick cinnamon walnut muffin. And she says in her post that it turned out very yummy. Why does this work? Well, if I had used traditional ingredients that are mass marketed, highly processed ingredients, I would get this huge blood sugar spike. Therefore, I would get this huge insulin spike. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. Anytime you have high levels of insulin in your system and you eat fat at that time or later in the day, you're going to store that fat. It also accelerates your appetite. You can't control your appetite when you have high levels of insulin going on in the bloodstream. And because it's a growth hormone, it shuts down your efficient fat burning status. So here she used a half a cup of Carb Quick instead of traditional flour or baking powders. So she's got a half a cup of Carb Quick. Why is Carb Quick special? It's a flour. It's to be used like a flour, but it's high in fat and fiber and not carbohydrate. Now, before I go further, carbohydrate, potatoes, corn, grains, they're allowed on our program. You don't have to exclude them. They have their own benefits, but based upon our situation, we would combine other foods with them differently. Because she's wanting this muffin, we got to really watch our carb count here. We do that for you in the food library. So she's having a half cup of Carb Quick. Cinnamon. Cinnamon's great. There's no problem with cinnamon. Add it to whatever cinnamon would go well with. It's a great spice, and it even helps with appetite control. Then she's using stevia in the raw instead of sugar. Now, there would be several sugar replacements we could use here. I'm glad to see that she's using stevia here. Stevia is a good one. My favorite stevia is Amica. She's using a different brand there. That's the great thing about Shibboleth. There's many brands that you can use, and it would be monk fruit she could use, xylitol, erythritol, several things that she could use there, but she chose stevia. If we use regular sugar is going to jack up our blood sugar. Pancreas is going to secrete a load of insulin, and then that insulin is going to come and latch on to all that fat in the Carb Quick, in the egg, and in the walnuts. So that's why we're not using sugar here. Now, you may find other recipes where we use sugar because it was a low-fat recipe. It's all about the food combining. I wish I could teach the whole world this. If I could teach the entire nation this, the world, but specifically our nation, specifically just the people around me in the 3 or 4 states around me, if I could teach everybody that, there would be really no statistical occurrence of prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, acid reflux. It'd be gone. How can you make such a claim? I've seen it with tens of thousands of clients. Now, certainly you need to work with your medical provider. I'm not a doctor. I don't treat, cure, diagnose. I'm telling you what's worked for me and tens of thousands of other people. And I believe it'll work for you. You're already eating this stuff. We're just going to combine it a little differently. We also have an egg here. That includes the yolk. Some recipes, you'll only see the white of an egg because we can't have the fat because maybe there was some sugar in that recipe. But here we've got the entire egg, and then we've got MCT oil. MCT oil is a fat. Can't use a normal fat in this recipe, but we're using a medium chain triglyceride fat that has no propensity to be stored as fat. And then, of course, some walnuts, which is a little bit of protein, mostly fat. Quick recipe. Boom. And you can see she made herself a beautiful muffin that normally, if we just had a regular muffin with regular ingredients, we're talking about not being able to efficiently burn fat for 2 days. People don't know this. Once you spike your insulin levels, if you spike them high, it can take up to 2 days to get those insulin levels abated so that you could even begin to burn fat again. Travis, that's not true. I go on a diet and I don't pay any attention to that. I just keep my calories low and the weight goes down for a couple of days, but yeah, then it'll go back up. Listen, you can't pay attention to the scales. We're not talking about water weight, bloat weight, waist weight, glycogen weight. We're talking about fat. We want to lose body fat. So if you want to lose body fat, I don't care what your scales are saying, you must control insulin by combining ingredients the right way. It works for me, it works for everybody. We've got folks in our program that have far surpassed the 100 pounds that I've lost. We've got somebody right now that's lost over 260 pounds, somebody that's lost over 220. It's amazing. People are getting their life back by simply shopping at their regular grocery store and combining ingredients the right way. Okay, so she did this and it's beautiful. I'm sure it tastes great. And she stayed in efficient fat burning. That's a fact. Okay. Now let's take a look at, let's say you don't have time to cook. There's so many options. I can name you at least a dozen muffin recipes right now that's in our library. But look at here. Let's say you're in a hurry, you don't have time to cook. It's not a problem. Check this out. This is something I do. If Sasha's around, she'll make them for us. She's the cook. But if she's not around, then for me, it's going to be something like a Mighty Muffin. Everybody's heard of a Mighty Muffin. Quick, easy, gluten-free, on the go. So there's so many variations. It's not like you've got to buy Carb Quick. There's other ways to do this too. And I'll get me a Mighty Muffin in the morning for my first meal episode. And I'll take that Mighty Muffin and I'll stir up some sugar-free chocolate chips in it. Lord have mercy. You talk about want to smack something. It is so good. If I'm going to have an eating episode that I want to be a little more robust, I'll take a Mighty Muffin, mix in a little peanut butter with it and some sugar-free chocolate chips. Boom. It's so delicious and filling, more than carries me over to my next eating episode. So these are the kind of things that we want to teach you at Shibboleth. And I want to challenge you to come go with us. Check out our website. Check out the testimonials. We are a ministry first and foremost. We don't want to put down other companies. We don't want to put down other programs. There's as many ways to lose weight as you can find to lose weight. But if you're looking for a Christ-centered program that's practical and sustainable and fun, and no one's trying to sell you anything or make any purchase mandatory, where you can get everything at your local grocery store and the support is unrivaled, caring people, friends helping friends, come check out Shibboleth. It's our inspired mission. We believe God has called us to this ministry, and we've been doing it. We give every ounce of ourselves over the last 20 years to help people lose weight and keep that weight off. We practice what we preach, and we want to love on you. We want to help you reach your ideal wellness range in 2022. Go to www.shibbolethdeals.com, www.shibbolethdeals.com, SHIBBOLETHDEALS.com. Check out what we're all about. Right now we've got a very special price. It's not a gimmick. Don't let this fool you. $49 lifetime membership, because we're a ministry first and foremost. We do it for free if we could. We love people so much, and we want to see people get away from that diet mentality. Stop wasting money on pills and potions and gimmicks that are never going to work. We've got to give our hearts and our lives back to Christ. Unto God we go. Whatever we do, whether we eat, whether we drink, whatever we do it all unto the Lord in our heart. And if you will apply these easy to follow daily disciplines, before summer, you can have your life back. Okay? So come go with us, ShibbolethDeals.com, $49 a lifetime membership. Pay once, never have to pay again for beginner level, intermediate level, and advanced levels. I'll see you in class. And I gotta go, because if I don't go, I will not be able to keep up with Pam Price with my Fitbit steps. God bless y'all.